What is going on? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Let me switch hats real quick. Ah, that's much better. Check out this hat. Make Hellcats great again. Shout out Steven Rippa-Tuned. He sent Kevin and myself these hats. Kevin got a red one. Make Hellcats great again. It's a little Rippa-Tuned right there. So if you guys don't know who Rippa is, Steven Rippa, he's set a lot of records in the Hellcat industry, and he's kind of like on the forefront of a lot of stuff. He's doing some crazy shit to his Hellcat. He's always been like one step ahead of everyone in the Hellcat game, and he's always been like out there trying new stuff and pushing the platform, which is really good for everyone else. You always need someone like that in your specific like car group. So shout out Rippa. He's got his own shop now, and if you guys are in that area, in the New Jersey area, or if you even want to ship your car to him, he is doing all the work on the cars, does super clean work, and then he works with Tim Barth on the tunes. Best in the business if you have a Hellcat or really any Mopar for that. I'm sure they'll do other cars, but that's really what they specialize in. Anyways, huge shout out to Rippa. You can get these hats on, I think it's rippatune.com, or you can hit him up on Instagram at Steven Rippa. Anyways, let's get into today's video. So don't mind the trash bag, but it's just covering up the turtle in case I was making a mess. Anyways, if you guys weren't on the live chat last night, I deleted that one because we did a giveaway, so I don't want people jumping on the live chats later on and being like, hey, why didn't I win the giveaway? Because we do the giveaways live. So I deleted that live chat. Anyways, what I was talking about was supposedly someone had made 1,000 wheel horsepower with this same turbo. This is a Precision 7675 with a .96 AR. And if you're new to the channel, I've been having a lot of back pressure issues. Essentially, the car builds 10 pounds of boost and falls off to like 3 to 4, and it just fluctuates like 3 to 4, 3 to 4, 3 to 4. It can't hold it. It can't even hold 3 or 4 pounds steadily. Like, it still bounces around when you get on it. So, what we had found out in speaking to my tuner, speaking to other tuners, speaking to turbo builders, is that these Coyotes flow so much through the heads that the exhaust just cannot keep up with it. So, I saw someone post that they had made 1,000 wheel horsepower on this turbo with a Coyote. Granted, it wasn't a Gen 3 Coyote. I believe it was a Gen 2. However, the heads aren't too far off. I know the intake manifold's different. Anyways, he had made 1,000 wheel horsepower with this exact turbo. And what had happened was he actually had a 4-inch exhaust, and they switched it to a 5-inch exhaust. So let me show you. I've got my exhaust off right now. Don't mind the diesel stack. We'll get to that here in just a second. This is a 3.5-inch exhaust. So this is a 3.5-inch. Now we thought, even though it's 3.5-inch, look how short the pipe is. Yeah, that's what she told me, but we're still together. Look how short that pipe is. Like, it's not even, I'd say it's 2 feet, maybe right over 2 feet. But it's a very short pipe. So in our minds, even though it's only 3.5-inch, we wouldn't think you would have any back pressure issues, because literally the exhaust goes from there, boom, out the hood, shoots flames, really short pipe. But this guy, he had the same deal. He had a 4-inch downpipe. He just had his going straight down. He didn't go through the hood because he's not an idiot like myself. And his was a 4-inch exhaust, and he was having back pressure issues. Well, he upgraded to a 5-inch exhaust, hence the diesel stacker over here. Shout out my diesel boys. He switched to a 5-inch downpipe, straight down through the bottom, and supposedly it fixed his back pressure issues. Now his turbo sits a little bit lower than mine. It's actually in the same orientation, but it sits just a little bit lower. So he did have room. Obviously his is a little bit older Mustang, so he had room down there. But if you guys wonder why we didn't go down, there's literally no room down there with that cross pipe. These fans would have to, if we could move these fans even further forward, we might have some room, but it would be really tough. And I already got these BL fabrication brackets to move the radiator forward. I mean, we'd have to move the radiator way forward. Anyways, if you're wondering, this whale penis exhaust does actually fit in there. So let me show you. Okay, so the 5-inch exhaust, it does fit. I mean, it is very, very tight. It does fit in there. In the future, if this did fix the issue, I'd probably just get some slim radiator fans just to get the plastic off of the exhaust. Obviously, we would wrap this. We would heat wrap everything. It does fit in there. So the exhaust housing, I'll show you, is right there. I think the hardest problem is that it's only 3.5 inch coming off the turbo. So not only would we have to put a transition right there, we'd have to turn it super quick in order to get this 5-inch to fit through there. So essentially, it would sit somewhere around here, and we'd have to get the transition piece, which I just ordered yesterday. We'd have a 3.5-inch transition into a 5-inch right here, and then we'd actually have it go to the exhaust pipe, and then we would get another piece. It's really tight in here. Then we would get another piece. See, this thing is so freaking huge, you gotta fish it out of here. We would get another piece, I'm saying it 3 more times, and we'd put it right there, just as how we had the exhaust before. Probably would cut this little snorkel deal we got going on here. I actually wouldn't use this pipe. This is just an extra piece that Joseph had because he wanted me to just take a picture and see if it would fit. But essentially, got a little snorkel going on there. But it would fit. I mean, it would definitely take some work and some playing with it, but it would definitely fit. Sometimes you gotta play with it to get the big pipe to fit, you know what I'm saying? But it's huge. Like, what is that? It's so massive. This exhaust literally fits inside this one, no problem. I mean, this thing's tiny. So that is supposedly going to fix the back pressure issues. Like I said on the live chat last night, if you weren't on there, I did order the transition piece yesterday. And so we're essentially going to try this next week when it comes in. And if that doesn't work, I just need to sell this turbo. If anyone is interested, I would still sell it right now, honestly, because I'd rather run a little bit bigger turbo and just run like a 4-inch exhaust. Like, cutting a 5-inch hole in the hood is probably not going to look that good. And I'm not always going to have this turbo with a 5-inch exhaust. Like, if I go to a bigger turbo, it's probably only going to require like a 4-inch or 4.5-inch exhaust. I'm not always going to run a 5-inch. However, I could, but if things change in the future, like, I've got a 5-inch hole in the hood then. So I don't know how excited I am about this idea. You know, you got to figure we're going to spend, I already spent $40 on the transition piece, and then I would assume probably another $100 to $200 in material just to make the downpipe. And who knows, that might not even work. Like, just because it worked on his setup, it might not work on mine. We might have to actually change the turbo, which I'm okay with. If I could just sell that turbo, we'd be just fine. So if anyone's interested, literally brand new Precision 7675 T4 96AR, ready to go. These are perfect for like an LS motor because the heads don't flow as much as a Coyote. I mean, look how big the heads are on a Coyote. Like, they're massive. I saw a video 1320 posted, and it was a Coyote swapped like Nova or something, and he had billet valve covers, and the guy thought it was a Hemi originally because the valve covers were so, I mean, these are huge. Huge. This is only a 302 cubic inch engine, and they got these big ass heads on them. Anyways, this turbo is really meant for like an LS motor, like a 5.3, 5.7, 6.0, anything like that would actually be perfect for this turbo, and you could make 1,000 to 1,050 horsepower, like, no problem at all. But on the Coyote, I guess the exhaust housing is just too small. So other than that, if anyone has a Borg Warner they're trying to sell that makes around like 10 to 1,100 horsepower, something like a 88 millimeter with a 96 exhaust, like, we need something that has a bigger exhaust wheel than this one, so bigger than a 75. So the ones that I've been recommended is something like a 96, anything like 88 to 96, and then the AR is kind of the biggest thing. We need like a 110 to a 125, something like that, which I found perfect Borg Warners for this car, and I have actually a lot of single turbo Mustangs that I've been researching. They all run these Borg Warner turbos. I just need to sell mine to make funds for a different turbo. So, which, like I said, I'm totally fine with switching the turbos. I have to sell that in order to have money to get another turbo. So that is that. So, but for now, I've got the exhaust back on. So, in case I need to get it over to Joseph's, which we actually do when the exhaust comes in, not only for that, but I think I showed this in another video. I did get this piece from Power by the Hour, so we can actually hard line this coolant pipe. But I think we're gonna now wait until the bigger exhaust is in there, so that way that exhaust is probably gonna come over a little more. That way we can make this hard line go around. So that is the update on the Mustang for you guys. If you know anyone that wants my turbo, let them know to buy it. It's pretty much like brand new because like I said, I'd rather just replace the turbo, but since the turbo's not selling, in the meantime, we're just going to try the 5-inch diesel massive exhaust. The camera's running away, come back. So in the meantime, that's what we're gonna do. Small update for you guys. Got some better videos coming out this week, but I spent a lot of time editing a lot of cinematic videos for Streetcar Takeover. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. As always, make sure you comment, like, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Snapchat at VanV39, and we'll see you guys on the next one.